Good day, my name is Sky, and I appreciate you spending some study time with me. I'm here to help you make money in online poker by teaching you key strategies and getting you to take action. We've got a short and sweet episode for you today. We're going to get right into it, so gambate!
Alrighty then.
So one of the hardest things for me as a coach is trying to motivate my students to study. Obviously, they listen to my podcast, watch my videos, read my books, all that jazz, because they know the importance of studying, but it can be tough to actually get motivated to sit down, crack open the book, open Flopzilla Pro, go through your database, review hands, all that jazz. It's so much easier just, hey, let's fire up PokerStars, let's fire up America's Card Room, sit down at a couple tables, and start playing. Now, I have a few different tricks when it comes to motivating myself to get stuff done. Like, for example, sometimes doing this weekly podcast, I got so many other things going on with Smart Poker Study, with the Poker Forge, with life, with my boys, with my wife, family, friends, all that stuff. So busy. So getting the podcast can be the kind of thing I need to motivate myself to do for the week. And so that's where today's podcast came from. I was trying to figure out, what do I want to do for this podcast? And I didn't feel motivated to get it done over the weekend. Normally I start planning things Saturdays and Sundays for the weekly podcast. But I wasn't motivated to do anything podcast-wise. And so finally, today comes, I got to record the podcast so I can get it out tomorrow. And I figured, hey, I need some motivation. So I relied on one of my tried and true methods to motivate myself, and that's using the $10,000 question. Could you do this for $10,000? So when I'm not motivated to do something that I know it's good for me, right? Getting the podcast done, it's good for me, it's good for all of you. Studying improves my poker skills. Doing daily hand reading improves me as a player. And I know you probably feel the same as well. But when I lack that motivation, I use the $10,000 question. Now, you probably have some kind of study goals. Maybe you want to study 5 times a week for 30 minutes a shot. Maybe you want to do one hand reading every single day. Or maybe your goal is to finish the book you're on right now by reading 10 pages every day and get it done by the end of the month. But if you're just not motivated to do that daily 30 minutes of study, daily hand reading, reading 10 minutes, taking notes, and then practicing those things out of the book, ask yourself this question. It's the $10,000 question. If I offered you $10,000 to do this task right now and every single day, would you be able to do it? Now, obviously, the answer is yes, right? 10 grand to do something that I know is good for me? Sure, I can do it. But here's the thing. If you can find the motivation to do it for imaginary $10,000, you can also do it for the promise of reaching your poker goals, of becoming the player that you want to be, of having the poker journey that you've been dreaming of. Let the great things that can come for you being more dedicated to poker study and to play, let those ideas motivate you, not some imaginary $10,000. Because just imagine, if you do become that player that you want to be, you're going to be making way more than that imaginary one-time $10,000. So right after this podcast ends, I want you to do some kind of studying. Whip open a book, run some hands through Flopzilla, look at your biggest recent losing hands, measure your stats and win rates, find your leaks, work to plug your leaks. Get started on that right now over the next 15 minutes. And then, of course, motivate yourself to do this every single day for the rest of your poker journey. Become that player that you want to be, and occasionally use that $10,000 question to help motivate yourself.